Welcome back to my little special, my Obrigado Gabby, my special honour. Yeah, a great City player for me, Gabriel Jesus. And part 3, we got to his last season. We got to an important season because the last time we got to watch him, didn't it? Certainly playing for us. So I'm sure we'll get to see him playing against us. So God forbid how many goals is he going to score. That'll be a worry. So I'll have a look in part 3 now. It's 21-22. Of course, his final season. Please check out parts 1 and 2 if you've not watched those. I'll give you just a brief summary of my thoughts on Gabby at the end of this as well. 21-22, his final season. Jesus entered his penultimate season of his contract. Yeah, he still had 2 years to run. And with Sergio now gone, would we see any change? Would it make any difference in how Jesus was played? It was doubtful. It was doubtful, but even though he took on the number 9 the previous season or 2 before, panic bells rung out loud and as bids for certain Harry Kane came to nothing, leaving Torres and Gabby as essentially our outright strike twosome. I mean, that would dwindle by one very soon, wouldn't it? Pep said of Jesus, he doesn't really have the smell of the goals necessary to play as an out-and-out striker. Please, don't sugarcoat it, Pep, please. Typical Jesus, not distracted about the Kane talk, or whatever Pep was saying, featured in match day 2 at home to Norwich. And okay, no goals, but a hat-trick of assists in a 5-0 win that had the media asking questions and perhaps putting Pep down a little bit. Jesus could be the right man in the right place after his man-of-the-match performance, he said. And a week later, in a 5-0 thrashing of Arteta's Arsenal, yeah, he would be joining him again, wouldn't he? Arsenal, it was for many the man of the match again, certainly was for me, with an assist and a goal, and the Manchester Evening News just simply called him brilliant. But again, consistency dogged him, and despite scoring a vital winner at Chelsea, he was benched again for the big Champions League game, a 2-0 loss at PSG. Further disappointment as Gabby, as his 40-minute cameo at the London Stadium, couldn't stop City being dumped out of the Carabao Cup on penalties. We were denied a 5-timer in that competition, and for Gabby as well. Typical for Jesus, a goal off the bench against Bruges in a 4-1 win was followed by a very good performance at United in a 2-0 win before an international break, after which he was back on the subs bench, which he came off to score in the next big Champions League game, a 2-1 win at home to PSG on the 24th of November. By the end of the year, with City top and Fred Dunn paying out, as is his way, on a title win, he had a lighter return on the goal front for the first time in his tenure at City, or his stay at City, with just 4 from 21 appearances, 7 as sub. But that wasn't his normal stats. An injury kept Jesus away from action for most of February, and it was a quiet Gabby when he did get on the team sheet as he recovered slowly from injury. He understood, though, his role this season. He said, I just tried to help the team. I tried to be strong in my mind to come on as a winger, left, right, striker. I like to play all the time wherever the manager tries to play me. I will try to do my best always. He certainly did. Another crucial goal against Liverpool in a 2-2 Etihad draw, and he started another FA Cup semi-final loss. Yeah, I was sick of those, against Liverpool at Wembley, and was replaced by Mahrez in that game on the 16th of April. But 3 days before, a first leg semi-final against Real Madrid, Jesus, who had scored 4 in a game before, did so for the first time against Premier opposition in a stunning one-man show, and that's what it was, in a 5-1 home win against Watford on the 23rd of April 2022. He also assisted Rodri's goal. Pep was gushing about our number 9, but would not be drawn on rumours that Jesus would lead the club in the summer. He said, if there's one person in world football that deserves nights like Gabriel had for his 4 goals, then it is him. We are delighted for him. He was asked about him leaving. He said, on him leaving, he said, he is our player. I don't know what is going to happen, but he is a Man City player. Every player is happy when they play 90 minutes all the time. But at the end of the season, whether he wants to extend, stay or leave, I don't know. I don't care. We'll have just less than 1 month to go. Yes, Gabby followed this up with a goal against Madrid and away at Leeds at the end of April. 6 goals in 3 starts, so he's back on the old scoring trail. He was rewarded with a start in the return leg with Madrid. As I said, I think I said in part 2, he didn't get to play that many Champions League games. It was a disappointing loss, but he was one of our best players on the night, causing the Real Madrid defence problems all the time. It would not be on the score sheet again, sadly, though, for City. With 2 games left, Jesus' agent confirmed that he and Gabby liked the project at Arsenal, and another 6 teams were interested in him as well. But Gabby remained focused, as you'd expect, because that's the sort of guy he was in the last 2 games and helping City win the title. He started 3 of the last 4 games, winning the penalty for City at West Ham that could have clinched if Mahrez had done his bit, clinched the league more or less, and more importantly, never stopped in the crucial 3-2 win over Aston Villa. I won't forget that last few minutes of watching Gabby play for us. That skillful shithouser in the corner as he wore down time in that next to that corner flag, which something we've been very good at in the past, something we should have done at Real Madrid in that defeat and stuff like that. But I'll never forget that how he did that at the corner flag. No goal, but that'll do. What a player! His stats for the 21-22 season. League appearances 21, 7 as sub, 12 goals. There was actually a gap. He'd done this before in a previous season of no goals from the 25th of September to April the 10th. So a hell of a gap. In the Cups, 7 games, 6 as substitute, 5 goals. On the City side, they've been running all summer analysis of all the City players' contributions to the 21-22 season, and they sort of big piece on Gabby, as you'd expect. And just a couple of excerpts, a couple of bits summing up what they said about Gabby, which I think coincides with what we think. Amongst the many plaudits and shining testimonials, they say, to come Jesus' way, perhaps the most telling is that the 21-22 season helped remind everyone that the bigger the game, the more Jesus relishes and revels on the occasion. Time and again, he was entrusted to help shape the outcome of significant matches where so much was at stake. Yeah, we've mentioned the Chelsea games, the Liverpool games. They went on. Alongside his undoubted quality and composure on the biggest of stages, Jesus' flexibility and willingness to play where best fits the needs of the team again underscored his all-round contribution. The very epitome of a team player. He once again illustrated just why he has been such an important part of City's collective success over the past 5 years. Yep, here. I can't disagree with that. So before we finish, just my little thoughts on Mrs. Alomé. Is it Alomé? Is that how you pronounce it? Also known as Hello Mother, goal celebration, which is a phone call home. He's just 25, guys. He's just 25. For me, he was a star. He was a star for City when he started playing at just 20 up until this very last game. He'll always remain a star for me. Pep trusted him as well. Don't forget, Pep doesn't stick young guys in, does he? He doesn't trust them. I mean, look, think of the quality players we've got now. How long it took Phil Foden to get established. Pep doesn't do this, but he had that much faith in Gab that he stuck him in. He stuck him in straight away, immediately as he joined the club. And he just doesn't do that. It just shows what standing he held this guy in. And looking back now when he moves on, you think obviously things have changed, but no, he's still the same player. Perhaps Pep's mind's changed and he knows things. He has to change a tactic, and perhaps to make up for that, Gabby's had to pay the ultimate price by moving on, unfortunately. But let's face it, he did a great job at a young age and a lot more mature than Jesus would have struggled. He travelled halfway across the world, never let us down. No, he wasn't the replacement for Sergio, of course he wasn't. We saw that very early doors, didn't we? For Brazil, he tends to play more on the wing, and that's where he played a lot of the games for us and had an active role. He never stopped, did he? He was just himself. He wasn't the replacement for Sergio. He was just Gabby Jesus. He was just who he was. Well, what a servant for the club, both on and off the pitch. He's not a minute's trouble, was he? Off the pitch, I've not seen anything. He's going to Arsenal. I'm sure they won't see any bad comments made, etc., etc. He was just a superb role model for young football fans everywhere. Say, just a great footballer, great on and off the pitch, a superb ambassador for football for City. And I say, he's only 25. There's more to come, isn't there, elsewhere, unfortunately. I have no doubts whatsoever that this guy will come back and punish us. It's inevitable for me when he plays against us. I hope Arsenal and their fans treat him with the respect he deserves. Of course, he'll have flat moments, and I hope those guys on Arsenal FC show him Arsenal TV, whatever it is, rubbish thing they do, show them as respect that they should do, because he will have bad games. Of course, he will have bad moments, but he'll never ever not be honest. He'll never ever give less than 100% as he didn't for us. And he's not yet at his prime. 25, it's nothing, is it? 25 is nothing. So he's not his prime for a club or country. So, I expect loads more caps, loads more goals. And I can see him going onto a big European club after Arsenal. I'm sure Arsenal isn't the end of the story, unless Arsenal suddenly turn into world beaters and start winning. I can see him going to a big European club. It'd be great to get him back at City under a new manager, perhaps. You never know. These things could happen. I would love it. I would absolutely love that. But I'm sure we'll see him at a big, big club before his career ends. There won't be a statue for him, of course. There won't be. Will there be a mosaic? Probably not. I don't know how all these things work. But for me, he's another City legend, and he is. I'll miss him so much in the sky blue shirt. And all I can say is, yeah, getting a bit emotional. Is good luck, Gabby. Obrigado. It was a privilege to watch you. Please, guys, let me know your favourite moments, and thank you for joining me for this 3-part special. Obrigado, Gabby. I enjoyed doing it. It took a lot of research to go back and check things, but it was wonderful for such a wonderful player. There's a possibility of 1 or 2 more of these over the next few weeks as well. But this is for Gabby Jesus. Good luck, mate. Thanks for being a City player. Please, until we meet again, stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.